hello and welcome back to Boost World, where the loads are heavy, the GoPro is ancient, and the footage looks like it came from a potato. I found this old camera lying around in the house, and I figured, why not? The quality, honestly, is not the best. The sound, yeah, we're not going to talk about the sound, so I've stripped all the audio, and I'm going to talk over it like some dodgy documentary. But hey, it's all about the story and not the pixels. So let's get into it. At this stop, we're going to be unloading a flagpole. You can see it hanging up from the ceiling. It is roughly 9 meters or 30 feet long, so unloading this is going to be a tricky one. First things first, what I always like to do, especially with any of these kind of awkward unloadings, is I like to go and speak to somebody first so I can clarify that I am indeed in the right place, so I don't have to unload it and then reload it to go somewhere else. So I can take this little box, which is also to go with the delivery, and we can go for a little walk to see if we can find somebody. Okay, so I am at the right place. I'm also not at the right place. It needs to be unloaded slightly around the corner from where I am now. So we can walk back to the truck, go for a little drive. There should be somebody waiting for me, I was told. So let's go find him. Before I drive along to meet this person, I am going to try my best to get the flagpole down from the ceiling, because as you can see, it's holding on for dear life. So wish me luck so I don't raise any issues. Get it? Raise. Okay, now that is done and ready to easily be unloaded. We can jump back in the cab and we can go and find our helper, or the guy that's waiting for us, basically. Did try to make that as quick as possible, but it's not an easy process when you're doing it on your own. Just want to give you some information. At this moment, I am discussing with the gentleman where to turn round. He has suggested that I can pull in to the left side, this small road going to the left, and I can reverse back to the right. The issue I have is the trailer is not very short. So as I drive back onto this road, this concrete pillar, which is on the right-hand side here, it could cause problems. So I'm telling him that basically I think it's going to be better if I just reverse back out. Unloading completed. It's a nice and simple job for today. Now we just got to reverse all the way back to the road. It's a straight shot There is a right hand reverse back out onto the road, also called a blindside reverse because it is reversing to the opposite side that I'm sitting, but it is a very straightforward one, especially at this type of road. There are places which are a lot more difficult, but this is not one of them. So we can get out of here and we can head to the next place. Okay, if you are thinking this is taking a long time, you would be right. This is taking a long time. Going backwards sometimes is very slow. But there we go. That's life. Unfortunately, by the time I get back to this road, it's probably going to be dark. Will now see me start to drift the back end of the trailer. That's not the right word, but you'll start to see me aim basically the back of the trailer towards the right. Luckily this is a very quiet road, so there won't be any traffic. It can get very complicated doing a right hand reverse, but this is an easy one. I am going very slow because I cannot see the rest of the road unfortunately yet, so I'm trying to just give time for any people passing by to see my trailer and either go around me or stop and give me a chance to come out. In Germany, sometimes they don't like to stop, so they will force their way around you. It is just part of the job, so slow and steady is the race. Well, that only took forever. If you made it to the end, congratulations. You've just witnessed the slowest reversing in history, filmed on what I can only assume is a potato. But hopefully you still enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.